Oh, wrestling's fake.
Everything we do is 110% fake.
Super crazy doesn't give a fuck.
People think it's fake. That's the biggest misconception.
Despite captivating audiences in the tens and hundreds of thousands, wrestlers and fans alike feel there is a misunderstanding from the general public about professional wrestling.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's pro wrestling, that's the fake stuff. But I always get bruised up and limp and hit in the face and shiners and, you know.
Bodies have been bruised.
Yeah. How do you learn to fall off a 20-foot ladder?
I don't know, JR.
But that's true. Like, that's not going to hurt.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest misconception. It's like people thinking that it's more fake than it actually is.
Well, they make most things seem like it doesn't hurt at all. Like, they don't think getting hit over the head with the chair doesn't hurt. I mean, we know that that's real. Just because the matches are predetermined doesn't mean the hits are taken don't hurt it any less, you know?
Do some people think that a chair is not really made of steel?
That's what I've heard. I've heard that. Another misconception, yeah. Same thing with the tables, all that. I've heard some crazy stuff. And the blood's fake too, somehow. A lot of misconceptions.
You can understand how a wrestler would get mad if he's, you know, crapping out of a paper bag, you know, when he's 60 years old, and somebody says, oh, wrestling's fake. What, is the ring like a trampoline? No, that ring's made out of wood and metal. They put a pad under it to try to break your fall a little bit, but it's a lot harder than people give us credit for, you know? It takes a special breed to be a professional wrestler.
You go to the movie and you sit down to watch the blockbuster of the summer, the showstopper, the main attraction, the feature presentation you've been waiting to see, the action movie that's going to end all action movies, and you see Sylvester Stallone out there with his machine gun and he's rattling them off to everybody and just laying people over like mowed lawn. You don't sit there and go, you know what, this is fake. That's Sylvester Stallone. That's not Rambo. That's a real guy. And that guy right there, that was Jackie Chan. He didn't really get shot. I know he's still alive. You suspend your belief long enough to sit down and enjoy yourself and be thoroughly entertained. That's why it was changed from pro wrestling to sports entertainment, because we're just asking you to suspend your belief long enough to be entertained. Nobody walks out the movie going, oh, that movie sucked because that explosion was so fake.
Professional wrestling is so entertainment that it is of its own and has developed a set of linguistics to go with it. Here are some key terms in professional wrestling.
A shoot can mean a lot of things, but mostly it just means that there's reality involved in what's happening. It's a real thing going on, as opposed to part of the performance.
I believe a shoot is just you being tired of the bullshit and being yourself. And that's why not a lot of guys shoot, because a lot of guys don't have a backbone to shoot.
A shoot is when the shit gets real. Shit hits the fan. And it's like, if you really fucking go to knock my head, can I cuss? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, yeah. Okay, if you really go to shoot to knock my head off, you can guarantee I'm gonna go back and try to knock your head off as well. Yeah, you lay into me as hard as you can, I'm gonna shoot it right back to you.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah. I've been rocked a couple times. But yeah.
Kayfabe is, it's a word that it's really hard to translate into any other profession, but it's the behind the curtain, you know, it's what the magicians don't show you. It's the part of the magic that you don't want to see because it'll kind of ruin the trick for you. And it can be used in many ways. An example of bad kayfabe would be, you know, if I beat up freaking, you know, John Wilkie, and then after the show, John Wilkie and I are at Denny's sharing a pie, and, you know, and have like 2 straws and 1 smoothie. That's not a good look for the fans that might have seen us beat each other up at the show.
Well, you can't speak about kayfabe. You know, kayfabe's kayfabe. You know, that's as much as I'm gonna give you about kayfabe. You keep it kayfabe. You know, what I'm doing right now is I'm keeping it kayfabe.
Well, if you don't know what kayfabe is, then we're doing our job right.
A work is wrestling. a work. Say, oh my God, that guy must have really beaten him up. No, dude, we're driving home together. It's a work. You know, like, it was so funny back in the day when people, you know, before the fans caught on to wrestling, when Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were driving in the same car, they get pulled over by, you know, some cops, and they start really fighting, you know, and, you know, the cops go, oh my God, you know, they just got done beating each other's ass, you know, but wait a minute, why are they in the same car? So it's a work.
It's the opposite of a shoot. You know, you guys are in there working. You guys are in there. You guys aren't in there to hurt each other. You guys are in there to put on a good show. So you guys are working with each other, not shooting on each other.
Shoot. It's when you hold up your fingers like this and pretend you have a gun, and then you point it at your opponent, just so they know you mean business. That was a good explanation
No,
of
that was
shoot,
good.
right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good.
Yeah, shoot. It's a real
It's
shoot.
a real shoot.